Hello everyone, my name is Cecilia. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss the universal law. In my previous video, I indicated that I want to actually explain the universal law. But when I was preparing, I ended up thinking that before I can start with the law, let me at least explain what the universal law is, so that in case some of you have issues with the universal law, because the thing is with universal law, some might have a problem with their religious beliefs, thinking that it might maybe affect their beliefs, because even with me, when I was checking this law, I was skeptical, thinking that maybe it might poison me, because I've never heard of it before, and all of a sudden there's this law that I must know, and I must comply with it. So it was like difficult for me, since I'm Christian and I'm a believer. But then after researching, I realized that no, the law has no problem. The law is the law of the universe, meaning it affects all of us, people who are living in this universe, meaning people and all beings that are living in this universe. That's why it's important for all of us to observe this law. When it is explained, they are saying with the universal law, if ever you cause disharmony, as we as humans cause disharmony, it might attract karma. By attracting karma, it means now you infringed the law, and it means now the universe might have a problem with you, with your conduct. So that is why for all of us it is important to know the law, observe the law, so that we may protect ourselves against karma. Because if I need to explain the way it's been explained, karma, it's sort of an infringement wherein you get to be punished by the universe, meaning what you did, because of your actions, it comes back to you. They say you reap what you sow. If ever you've planted a spoiled seed, that's what you are going to harvest. So that's simply what they say about karma. So I guess it's now understandable that the universal law is important, and how it affects all of us. Today I'll make sure that my video I don't make it too long, so that at least it might, when you watching it must not distract you to an extent that you get tired. So I'll make it shorter. I'll only discuss two of the first laws that for today, and in the next video I'll add another 3, and so on and so on, until I deal with all the laws. I'm going to discuss 12 universal laws, but in principle the laws that were being practiced as the basic ones are 7 under the Kybalion. The Kybalion is a book that was written by Hermes Trismegistus. I'll put a link in my video for you to be able to check that book. Okay, going back to the universal law, we're going to deal with the law of divine oneness. It is saying that we are all connected as one. There's no I, there's we. We are united. It's just we connected to one. They're explaining it that it's like a web. If you touch a web, the whole strength shivers, which means you disturbed the harmony of the whole web. Therefore, you disturbed the unity, you disturbed the oneness. Therefore, we as people, if ever our actions, whatever we do, might affect the oneness that is happening. And going back to the law of correspondence, the principle of correspondence. Principle of correspondence is more profound because it says, as within, so without, as without, so within. Meaning, whatever is happening inside of us, it can be reflected in the outside. And what is happening in the outside might at times be reflected in the inside. So they even say it follows the microcosm and macrocosm analogy, wherein whatever happened in a smaller scale does affect what happens in a larger scale. What happens in a larger scale happens in a smaller scale, affect what happens in a smaller scale. That simply means that. So they say our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions create reality. Meaning, what we think inside of us might be what we get to observe outside. So which means we are not just observers. We are participating in what is happening around us. That's what the principle of correspondence mean. Again, where it becomes so profound is that whenever you've got an issue or a problem inside of you that hasn't been resolved, it may happen that you get to see that problem in the outside, and it becomes so it becomes in a larger scale, as if it's happening everywhere every time, only to find that no, it's because that thing is in you. That is why you get to witness it outside. That is why the inner you, the outer you, it mirrors the inner you. Therefore, that's why you end up seeing that everywhere you go. For example, if ever you've witnessed maybe a fight, or maybe let's say there's war in one country, all of a sudden, whenever you check, you'll see you. If ever what happened affected you in the inside, then you'll get to witness war or fights everywhere you go. So that is why they say, as long as that thing is still inside of you, then you'll see it everywhere. It's even becoming even more serious, wherein where it affects you as maybe a healing that has to occur inside of you, wherein you were maybe violated inside of you and you need healing. If ever you haven't done the necessary healing, you haven't peeled out the layers and check what the problem is and heal that part, you'll get to see that thing everywhere you go. To give a simpler example, if maybe you most of the time you get to relate with certain you get to connect with certain type of people, and those people are people whom you have issues with. If you didn't heal that problem when that problem occur with the first person, you'll get to see those people everywhere you go until you heal yourself, until you get a healing of what happened inside of you, in order for the problem that you were witnessing not to occur anymore. So that is why they say it's important to get the healing. It is important to fix what is broken, so that you mustn't get to witness it in the outside. So that's what simply what the law of correspondence is saying. But then it's actually very profound. If ever people wish to you can like go and read it in detail, because I'm like just summarizing it so that at least I can give you a clarity as to what this law is about. Guys, I'd like to thank you for staying with me and listening to me, and I would like to hear from you. Please comment about the laws or whatever you like to say. Put it in your comments, and also I'll be pleased if you can subscribe, so that by subscribing the YouTube will be able to promote the video to a lot of people, so that people can be conscientized about this laws that that are affecting us on a daily basis. Please tick your likes, so that at least you can promote this video to everyone else, and please share with your friends. And I'm so humbled that you listened and you stayed with me up until now. Thank you.